Everyone, welcome back to Wild Arms. If you're wondering why I'm streaming this and not something like Hollow Knight, which is, this is a stream actually, is it like 2 or 3 weeks later after we finished Wild Arms? Hey, guess what? Twitch cannibalized this stream?
But see, it's okay, because we still have the memory of the stream that we did, which means it will live on.
Hi,
something.
Isworm.
Hi.
I'm glad you could join us for the end of Wild Arms again, because Twitch is not only a piece of shit, but I didn't record it because throughout 16 streams I didn't feel the need to. And then at this pivotal fucking moment, they decided to eat my stream. Why am I flying? I have an orb for this.
Escalating measures of transportation.
We need to go to Basker Colony. Do we need to go to Basker Colony or the thing above it?
The thing above it, but what point are you at? Just check your inventory. Do you have the Exodus orb yet?
No, I only have Teleport Orb.
Go to Basker Colony.
Okay, so I gotta talk to them first, or do I just go to the area north of it? Because I remember
Go to Basker Colony. Check it out. If there's nothing to do there, then you head north.
Something feels weird about the performance of this, and I can't quite parse why. Maybe I'm just imagining things. The waves emanating from the southeast are faint. Oh shit! Do I have to fucking do... How the far back is this file?
Welcome to the beginning of Wild Arms.
Yeah, we're on a train right now, so...
Let's see, you have the dream key, so it can't be too far back.
The waves emanating from southeast. Do we still have to do the cutscene where Werner has to expose everything?
I don't know. Let's see, what does he give you anything at the end of that? I know you shut off the modem when you get down there.
This is southeast, right? Because my camera's doing some weird shit right now.
I believe it's the southeast. Is where did you try just sleeping in your house there?
Well, normally when she says like southeast, that means yo, son, you missed you're still doing a dungeon. But yeah, let's sleep there and see what happens.
Turns out not doing this for 2 weeks kind of makes us lost, huh?
Well, it also doesn't help that the save files are so vastly different. Okay, so yeah, we at least got the cutscene where Gallows is like planning shit.
Yeah, so you just have to go to the end and listen to Gallows' brilliant idea.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the slowdown that occurs when more than 4 people are on screen. I think it's all worth it for Grandma to just beat the shit out of her kid.
It's all worth it to see children being beat, yes.
Well, Gallows is a child at heart.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm glad we're going back to this gag since we haven't seen it for, what, 20 hours in game?
It'll have been a while.
Shane will do the thing because you need to shoot people in they face, Gallows.
Shoot he face, that is the way we do this.
Also, I believe we covered it in the recap stream, but the original stream, but that got eaten. But if you press select, you can see the portrait of people in their dialogue, and even then, it's still unnaturally orange.
Sepia is a hell of a drug.
I think it's a bit too orange for sepia?
It's a sepia filter over the character.
So now we go to the sack altar. Hey, we're at the sack altar. What's up? Please, examine it. And unlike before, I gotta remember that we're going up sacrificial altar, not down it. Guild card, but I don't think we need money at this point.
Well, you're just gonna go beat up the final boss anyway. You don't really need anything at this point.
Get a Gimmel coin. And here's the top of the area, which is a transporter from Wild Arms 1. I never did quite get what they were transporting to. I understand that the Nightmare Castle is basically like a data stream in Filgaia.
It's the internet.
Is it like...
Let me go over this again. You see, the dimension that Beatrice is in is the realm of dreams, right? A sea of electric impulses. You know what else is a sea of electric impulses? The internet. So, yes, Dream Demon, also Internet Demon.
What I'm wondering is where are they storing this here internet?
Yachties.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the thing that was bugging me.
Well, the wisdom of Hyades is what's doing that, but they said it's another dimension. You have plenty of storage space in a dimension.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, yeah, we're going to the internet to fight effectively a rogue AI. But the thing is, I didn't know where exactly this so-called internet was located. I thought it was like in one of the teleportation satellites from Wild Arms 1.
No, the internet is located in the internet.
Yeah, it's basically in the thing that this whole game was plotted around, a hard drive known as the Wisdom of Hyades.
Yeah, you already unplugged the modem. Now you got to go kill the computer.
Yeah, that's just something that was kind of something I just lost across this week, this 2 weeks of just, you know, sulking.
It wasn't exactly easy to understand to begin with, though.
There's also something I kind of understand with why people don't like Act 4, but I'll kind of elaborate when we get there. Like, story-wise, it's... I wouldn't say airtight, but it's sensible.
It was foreshadowed properly.
I think
it just feels like it doesn't make sense. I mean, they even found a way to explain why Werner did the bullshit he did.
Yeah, they explain everything plot-wise. That's the thing I'm not mad about. The thing I'm mad about is that it's, gameplay-wise, it's a slow burn of nothing new.
They don't really have anything to do. The thing is, they kind of take the time to encapsulate all the stuff you've done already.
Yeah, like, the whole game we kept fighting new mechanic upon new mechanic upon new mechanic, and then we get here. And, well, when we get there, you'll see, but, like... I really did kind of wish that just killing Siegfried was the end, in a way. Mainly because...
Kind of, but I mean, it wouldn't have been a short game by any means.
Yeah, it would have been... I felt like that would have been the perfect, length either way.
I like long games, but that's me.
So... here's the primary crux of the entire gameplay of the final dungeon. A disaster.
I mean, there could be worse things to play. You know the longest RPG I've ever played?
What's that?
Dragon Quest VII.
I heard that was a rather long one.
It got me, I want to say, like 70 hours without me doing any side quests.
Ugh.
I don't consider that a hook. It was certainly a grind in some parts, which was the problem, but other parts weren't too bad. The more important thing is that they did remake it on the 3DS, I'm told, with a lot of the grind cut out.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Now I do gotta say, like, I mentioned before that I wasn't a huge fan of this area gameplay-wise, but I did like the presentation. Because this is weird, dude.
Oh, the presentation of the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet is a spooky place.
Just gotta emphasize Gallus' goofy face here. Can't believe the internet is like a Victorian house in the middle of nowhere.
That's not. This is just the website you're at.
Ah. Is this like
No,
some...
this is just the equivalent of Beatrice's like Angel Fire page.
Yeah. I was gonna go with MySpace, but I felt that was too, I felt like that was too much of an easy fruit to reach.
Low hanging fruit.
Low hanging
yeah.
fruit, thank you.
I can't believe we're on Beatrice's Facebook page. But no. It's the thing that she's made. The internet itself is the sea of electric signals, that weird layering effect you see that puts static in you in the background. That's internet.
Yeah. And this is just, you know, that information made into context.
It's coding.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily we can still go through those doors and, you know, go back home. So yeah, we're in the internet. You know what the internet is? A single puzzle for every tool in your inventory.
Again, that's Beatrice's website. But yeah, pretty much. Like again, the funny thing is, I think we brought this up last stream, and it's a spoiler, but I'm gonna bring it up now anyway. There's really no reason for you to fight the disasters.
Oh, I think there's a valid reason for fighting the disasters, which we'll expand upon later. But yeah, you don't have to do any of these puzzles. Oh fuck, that's right. That's right. Atla, get the guide. I forgot this is the maze that is just trial and error.
Oh, I mean, good, but oh, I thought you were gonna go fight Tiamat.
Oh, I don't want to. I mean, I could show that off, but I kind of don't want to. I just want to.
You don't want to watch yourself get your ass beat?
No. I have to
That's-
I have to
what the
emphasize
viewers
the
want.
bullshit you have to go through in this level. But yeah, what's?
Porque no las dos?
Let us do a maze. The best part is that this isn't
Find the
doors.
answer.
Like, this is the only thing we pulled a guide up for because it is a 10-step maze of trial and error. So yeah, while Atla's getting the guide, let's expand on what we had to do here. The central segment is that we are fighting the Fortress of Disaster. It's a 7-part... It is a single boss that you could break into 7 mini-dungeons and 7 mini-bosses, in order to make him a lot easier. At the end of it all is a boss where, if you haven't done any of this, he combines every attack from these fortresses into a single attack.
Are you still in the same room?
Yes.
West?
Alright.
West?
Alright.
North?
The little flower thing disappeared.
Well, then you done goofed.
So west.
Yep.
Second west.
If it disappeared, just go west again.
Okay,
Go
so
west.
we're at a flower now. We're at a flower.
Did you already go west once?
Yes.
Do it again.
Well, if I do it again, it's just gonna disappear. We're at the west.
Okay, well then just go north after you see one then, I guess.
All right, north flower.
Okay. East?
Oh yeah, this one's the fucking circle, isn't it?
Yep.
So south.
Yep.
And I can't remember the last step.
West.
Oh yeah, that
Then
is
west.
a circle.
Then west again.
So now that we're in this big room with the giant hole in the center, it's west?
Yeah.
Alright, west.
North.
Are you sure it's west because the thing didn't appear?
Huh. Well, I'm reading a different guide this time, so...
I'll go north for now and see what happens.
Yeah, alright.
There we go. Okay, so north did it.
Alright. Northeast?
Northeast, so this one. And yes, King, we lost a small amount of progress because Twitch literally ate it and I didn't have a backup recording. That has been changed, so... After Northeast?
West.
And I can see why you'd want to show this to the internet.
You
Wait.
played Cimarron too. Shut up, Hoosworm.
Cimarron?
What was the name of that Dragon Warrior Monsters knockoff?
Stereolim.
Serial M. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but I stopped as soon as it stopped being funny.
Well, the thing is, this is the last segment, so even though it's boring, I feel obliged to show off the final segment, and it's well, let's show off this boss.
I tried to make him get killed.
We'll try harder.
No, you saw the? Did you? I'm sure you might have seen it. The time I just tricked him into a dungeon where he had to run around at 1 HP. That was fun.
This is actually the first Wild Arms things I've watched.
Well,
there was one bonus dungeon I made him go into way too early that involved getting out with 1 HP.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did
So-
he do it?
Yes.
What
He
the
did
fuck?
it. I told him that he would get his ass kicked and thank me for it, and that's exactly what happened.
I've completely forgot what I do with Virginia in this circumstance. Just had a brain lag here. I do believe I cause weakness to Dark Element. Gallows does a extension hyper, and Clive shoot he face. So, 7 bosses throughout this dungeon involving mini dungeons. The big thing that each boss does is that they have 2 attacks. One is this, they beat on you with drum cymbals. The other, they steal one of your summons. That's it.
Nice.
Not really steal, they just copy it.
Yeah. And they look pretty stupid, like this one. This one looks
No,
so bad.
There's only one good one. The only good one is Unlucky Punch. I don't care about the rest of them.
Yeah. Now, if you're clever and, want to put time into menu management, you could just straight up equip elemental resistances and not give a shit. Also, I should turn this down a bit.
Well, I mean, that's if you don't want just punchy face. Did you bring carrots, by the way?
I believe I did.
I mean, if you bring carrots, you can do Kung Fu. I say this knowing it's just making Oozworm confused.
What?
As I'm saying to Highway,
Who thinks Oozworm's paying attention?
I do not
Only when you
have
say your name.
vegetables.
I was saying
Everyone.
we need to have Highway make sure he brings carrots so he can perform Kung Fu.
I mean, that makes perfect sense to me.
But yeah, this is pretty much the entirety of the dungeon. When I was streaming this, it reminded me a lot of Final Fantasy VIII's final dungeon, where the same mechanic occurs of you can fight several mid-bosses to make one specific boss way easier.
I remember getting mad because you compared it to Final Fantasy VIII.
I still like Final Fantasy VIII, despite its flaws. Like, they could have made Junction a little bit less punishing for using magic, but it's still a neat mechanic. It was still a neat idea. Why does it feel like Clive's not doing as much damage as he usually does? Maybe it's because we didn't carrot up.
Eat your
Hello.
vegetables, Highway.
Hey,
Yes.
Festivore. Welcome back to Wild Arms.
So are we doing actual endgame stuff versus post-game stuff?
This is
We're
recovering.
redoing the ending.
We're redoing the ending because Twitch ate the stream and I didn't make a backup recording. By the way, there's the melee attack. It's really unimpressive.
So Ella, have you made Highway do the stuff, the endgame stuff?
The stuff.
No, he hasn't touched it anyway. Even I told him to at this point, he'd just go play more Hollow Knight instead.
Yeah, like, I've beaten Hollow Knight today. Like, I got a ending.
Did you
Good
finally
job.
fight-
You've spent the last 3 days playing a game.
Did you fight the Fluke Marm?
Yes, actually, it's a lot easier when you have certain upgrades. It's definitely meant for a later segment, but that's neither here nor there. Basically, I haven't touched this for 2 weeks because I was sulking about having to fucking redo this.
I mean, you didn't have to.
I feel
Yeah,
obligated
no.
to.
I mean, you have to do it, but you don't have to do it for like 4 months until you finally get done uploading the rest of the slew of Wild Arms videos we did.
I mean, I might as well, since fucking... Oh, I see what this is. This signifies how many bosses I've killed.
That you may have to redo it before we upload, instead of 4 Wild Arms videos, like 30.
Look, I'd rather do it now while I still have it fresh in my memory rather than 4 months from now when I feel like I have no idea how to play the game again. Also, this is also an opportunity for us to see the, what's it called? Potentially see the unique encounter that someone brought up a way long time ago.
You'll know it if you see it.
Will I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just have Clive shoot E-Face. Final Fantasy VII was okay. It was just, you know, it just hasn't aged well.
But it's so many people's favorite game.
Yeah, there's reasons for it. It had a lot of cool ideas. But also the less than, you know, unique game design and the graphics have aged like milk.
If only people remember that Cloud is not a broody asshole, but just a plain asshole.
Yeah, I'm also gonna say that, like, the fucking extra content made for Final Fantasy VII kinda ruined it.
There's no getting off of this train we're on. I love trains.
I still don't know where that line is from. Like, I know you guys said it was from 7, but I don't remember it at all.
It's after he's done having AIDS.
Man, I really don't remember that line.
Clearly, you need to go replay the game, Highwing.
Fucking wrong turn.
You know what? You know what Final Fantasy I liked? I liked 9.
Same, honestly. Final Fantasy 9 had a...
just because it came after 7 and 8, where they had, you know, their brooding antagonists named after weather patterns, and then 9 just that little asshole who happened to steal things.
I like 9 overall. I can get why people wouldn't like it because one reason being it's slow, and Tetramaster isn't really a good. It's a terrible card game.
Oh fuck, that's right, the riddle. I gotta remember how to do this.
Tetramaster.
But overall, I like it because everybody had had actual personality compared to
Yeah,
like,
the
other
characters were characters, as opposed to 7, where everything was kind of grimdark and felt like Shadowrun, and 8, where everyone just sucked.
So, fire, change...
I have an existential crisis, but I'm over it.
Fire, change, cold...
Do you want to dance?
Bomb.
What if I'm not me?
Oh, shit.
The only person in 8 who was any good was Laguna, and that's because he was just Turbo Dork.
Yeah. Laguna was top tier. So fire, change, cold, boomerang. Because for whatever reason, boomerang is destruction.
You, the boomerang of destruction.
Oh wait, that's not... Is it fire, cold, change, boomerang? Okay, I gotta look at the puzzle again, because I don't remember the solution for the life of me. All I know is that boomerang is pretty fucking stupid. Because for the longest time I thought it was bomb, which makes sense. So yeah. Fire first, that's a given. Is it cold next? I think it's fire, cold, boomerang, change? There we go. I don't know passwords, hello.
Remember your mantra.
Though I do remember the second half of this being a bit fucked up.
The password is waiting. The password is actually you waiting there quietly for 3 minutes.
Oh yeah! Shit. Shit, I forgot about this. This great old chore. No, not bomb. I want gloves. Who likes block puzzles? I sure do.
The time we met.
Yeah, I remember this one not being so hard if you just, you know, take a second to look at it. But I think I may have misplaced this. Yeah, that's just an undo state. So if I just do this, then do that, that should fix it. Then I could do this to undo it. And yeah, Lord Tyrion in... what's it called? Oh, that went by really well. In Final Fantasy VIII, one of the characters eventually becomes president of a nation who just bums around in a Hawaiian t-shirt and flip-flops. Hello, Air Bazooka.
But more importantly, he also just gets by being and charming and nice, and also a huge dork. And at the end of the game, he's like, "I'll tell you what, you want to fight this time compression bullshit that Super Witch made? Believe in yourself and your friends." And everyone else is like, "That's fucking stupid." He's like, "I know, it's great."
How the fuck did this tile go? That looks about right. I'll put this back temporarily. That there. That there. Turn this. Hey, look at that. All right. And if everything's right, this should be a boss. I forget which element this is.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Disaster, the power of the guards, Nightmare Castle, blah blah blah. Flash hit, pierces your body, iron power, that is the light. We're gonna get shot by rays.
Disaster.
Do I have... Virginia has all elemental resistances, so it doesn't fucking matter. Jeff has...
Fucking Jeff.
Jeff doesn't have light resist, huh? Go figure. And neither does Gallows. Clive could get it, so let's just at least give that to him. I think Jeff has better gun than magic, so we'll just have him shoot E-Face. And for the first round, let's have Clive cast Fragile, because that's smart.
Call him Clive.
Clive. I might have had a lapse. Wait, what? I don't think we saw this when we did this the first run. Apparently, for him casting the spell, he just kind of flinches. That's goofy.
Yeah, a little bit. He just kind of gets possessed for a moment.
Best Final Fantasy I played was 9, 10, and I can't read what the other one is. I'm kind of on the fence on 10. I like it mechanically, but the story's not great.
The story is really stupid. The mechanics are kind of normal. The Sphere Grid was a really good idea. Sphere Grid was a really good idea, but I hate every character in that game for the most part, except for Jecht. Because Jecht is just Japanese Randy Savage.
Jecht is cool, and I personally like Auron, even though he's a nobody.
Everyone likes Auron, but he's just a grumpy old grandpa. I mean,
Well, he's better compared to the air of positivity that every fucking buddy exudes in that game.
I wouldn't say positive. I would just say they're all really stupid.
Yeah.
Blitzball.
There's no bug.
God, I saw someone stream them just fucking around with Blitzball, and I still don't know how to play that stupid game.
That sounds.
You should learn.
That sounds like a terrible slog that he would be using to just put like pain into everybody watching.
Okay, that's
Ball
generally
is
a good
god-awful.
person.
I'm sorry, Blitzball is god awful.
I feel like Blitzball
Although
was
I will say the best part of the Final Fantasy X was Wakka's casual racism.
Yeah, I never noticed it up until two best
It
friends
didn't.
played.
It was really overt.
Well, I was like, what? I think I was a freshman in high school when that came out. I can't remember. I
And
just
I was like in middle school when that came out then, and I still thought, man, this dude's racist.
I don't think it ever clicked with me because I really did not like Wakka just in general.
I didn't either, but that's because he was a racist.
Wakka and his increasingly illegal balls that he uses as weapons.
What a sentence that is. But
Increasingly illegal balls.
Increasingly illegal balls.
Yeah, increasing.
But no, I digress. Yes, his overt racism. I think the best part was when they were on a boat and he's just like, "Man, I hate them." Al Bed to like break the silence, and nobody wanted to speak with him because nobody wanted to talk about that. Oh man, no, that was good. It was good because I think they knew it, but
God, that game was so fucking weird.
it was in the era of. It was like the beginning of the era of Square Enix just making up words.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of RPGs.
They have phases. See, early Final Fantasy didn't really need good dialogue because it was early. Then they moved on to Super Nintendo where dialogue was just normal English and it was good. Then they got up to about 7, 8, and 9 where they started brooding a bit more and writing a bit more story, but it was kind of annoying because it was a little grim. 9 cleared that up by being really nice and sunny. Then 10 just
At
started
times.
making up their own fucking language, literally. And,
Yeah,
like,
10
I mean,
was
Albed
fucking
is just a
weird.
fucking cipher, but they started making up their own words like the faith, but with a Y. It's a thing. It's like magic, but also souls. But instead of just calling it souls, we call it faith. And there's a religion.
Oh god
that's
damn it! That
run
green
by this
exclamation
golden-
point was
There's
something.
a religion
Wasn't
that's run by a stray golden Skulltula from Legend of Zelda. It's
Okay.
all really stupid. Then they graduated, starting at I want to say 12 or 13. Let's say 13, because I haven't played 13, but that's because fuck that noise. Where they started graduating just using Latin. Lots and lots of Latin.
it?
I
Yeah.
think that started in 12, but it got really egregious in like 13.
Oh shit! I remember this puzzle. Hang on a second.
They're just throwing around this freaking like just words here like all over the place in freaking 13.
Yeah, I just didn't play that game because I, again, hated everybody in it.
Yeah, but it's like what? It's like what are these words? What do these mean? But they don't really tell you. They just say the word.
Oh, yeah, no, 13. 13 was still in the school of making up their own fucking words, and they're starting to put fucking apostrophes and everything, too, like they were trying to talk like fucking Drow from D&D.
That and also the fact that if you want to know anything, they did the whole Mass Effect Codex thing.
Yeah.
I also remember starting with either 12 or 13. I can't remember which one was the first MMO. Square Enix.
11.
Yeah, was it 11?
11 was an MMO.
So yeah, 12. That was about the time where they started, it was a weird phase with Square where across all their games, not just Final Fantasy, they would have a really good protagonist, a really good story, but instead of having, you know, the real protagonist, you would play as a fucking 16-year-old that is a goddamn idiot.
They did that,
was
because
12.
that was 12.
That was 12, that was Infinite Undiscovery, that was Last Remnant, that was a variety of things.
I don't know those other things.
It was because it had to be the whole. We gotta get something for it's for the audience.
They wanted an audience surrogate. Even
Yeah.
then, that was mostly for the Japanese people. It was egregious in 12 because Bosch was there and he was decent. I wouldn't call him good. I wouldn't call anybody in that fucking game good.
Shit, I think I fucked up that puzzle.
But then no one liked Vaughn. No one at all liked Vaughn. He was awful and everyone hated him. He was also pretty much just Tidus, which was not a good thing to aspire to in the first place.
Yeah, like you could tell that I believe Bosch was the intended protagonist.
Yeah, that's the thing I said.
And I fucked this up again. I keep.
Ha ha ha.
I'm Bosch von Rosenberg of Dalmasca. Don't believe on Dory's lies. Push down and then push down again, and I should be good.
The best part is that I'm not even watching you go through these puzzles. I'm just content
Well,
knowing you kind of bumble your way through them.
Well, we already know what to look forward to. Like we don't need to like cross-reference either. Like, should I do this? Should I do this? It's just we're going through the motions. But one series like Final Fantasy has its ups and downs naturally because it's a fucking juggernaut of an RPG. But I'm really sad at how far Star Ocean fell. That's
In
rough.
which one?
People say 3. I agree, even though I like 3 for how dumb it is.
I was a moron when I played 3 because I
then-
kept the
And then 4 came out, and 4 was just a god-awful mess of a disaster. And then 5.
Edge Maverick.
I never even looked at 4, but is there someone named Edge Maverick?
It is the
Main
main character.
Oh God!
Nice.
The best part is that at about the same time, Square Enix also
You're not
released.
fucking joking with me?
No,
Well-
I bought that game at full price and played it and beat it, and I
His
hate
main
myself.
character Edge Maverick. I cannot even.
Yep.
Edge
So,
fucking.
what, you don't like
Maverick.
Edge Maverick?
I have you.
You're
Don't
up to
steal
us
my
all.
don't steal my OC's guy, Edge Maverick.
You mean
That's what I'm saying.
You prefer that over Grease protagonist Fate Line God?
That's bad too, but at least one of those two words is a name and not a nickname.
There's also Last Remnant with Rush Skies. That one's pretty bad.
I bet there are plenty of white people who've named their children Maverick.
I don't think you're right.
Edge Maverick.
No,
The only
but it's-
thing Star Ocean 4
but it's
had
spelled-
going for it was the fact that one of the characters was Buzz Lightyear.
What?
Like, in
Wait,
design and in color scheme, it was just Buzz Lightyear. And his ultimate technique was a giant chainsaw.
I'm okay with that sentence.
But that was the only good thing about Star Ocean 4. Everything else was awful. Especially the sexualized cat girl. That was the worst part. Because
well,
it was
of course.
But because it was also a cat girl and ergo the most annoying person to listen to ever.
Ah, Aisha Clan, got it.
Aisha Clan was bearable in some ways. This, whatever the hell this thing was in Star Ocean 4, it was not.
Every trope.
Yes, it was basically every trope.
I never played 3. I never played 4. I played 3. I
You-
stopped because I was under level for a certain section, and also the fact that one of the things is all my guys kept dying of MP damage.
I
I'm
like
stupid.
I like MP Death as a mechanic. I think it's clever.
I think they did a lot of neat things there, and I mean, I played that game enough to kill all the bosses with a lead pipe.
Wow.
But the thing is, I'm stupid and had to have my one melee guy cast magic, and then when the moment he fights a mushroom, it kills him immediately.
Now, you remember when that game, being on PS2, had this rudimentary achievement system within the game?
Yeah.
That takes up memory.
Yeah, that one that takes up like a full memory card that I put on there and said, let's see what I can get if I run through. And the first thing I got was beating the first boss to death with a lead pipe, and I'm like, wait a minute. Let me look at this. There's one of these for every boss.
Yeah.
Well, I know my weapon.
The worst thing about that though is that the crafting system in
Fate Pipe God.
the crafting system in 3 was so unreliable compared to 2.
Twos was good because, Twos was good because it still somehow aged well despite the game pretty much just playing with polygons to get the item,
Yeah.
making a bunch of goofy noises and turning a bunch of shit into a rock.
I like 2 because 2, if you do it right, you just fuck everything up. Then make your characters incredibly powerful for no, like way stronger than the game intends.
What the hell was the name of the protagonist of 2? It was.
Clyde.
No,
Clyde.
was
No, not it was. I want to say it was like Clyde.
No, it was definitely a regular ass name, but fucking it just.
Clyde's a name.
I know, but it's not
Clyde's the
Clyde.
name.
It starts with a C. That's all I remember.
Just like Maverick, Clyde's a name.
Claude Kenny, thank you.
Claude. See, I was on like one letter off. Yeah, Claude
Yeah.
Kenny. He was also that one you probably didn't know. He was the son of the protagonist of
Yeah.
Star Ocean 1.
They
Dad Kennedy.
They make note of that in like the first cutscene of the game.
I also like the. Well, that depends on who you decide to choose to play as.
Well, in Claude's first cutscene. For Rena, it's just, oh, I'm a little country girl and this fucking meteor lands in my backyard.
but I like having the laser gun at the start of the game. Though.
Everyone, that was the
700
best
there.
choice when you land on an underdeveloped world and you're like, well, I have a fucking laser gun. It one shots everything because it's a laser gun. And
Yeah,
they're
that's
just like, oh my god, he's a hero with a sword of light. And you're like, well,
What?
It's a laser gun.
yeah. Then they're just like, hero of light, save us. You're just like, what?
It is an accurate representation of what would happen if you took a fucking gun back to medieval times. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, but then he just goes. Then at one point, you just go when you go to go to that church to save that girl from kidnapping. You just
Run out of juice.
Well, out of juice. Is then like,
Oh fuck! We're at the part that was just the most agonizing thing ever.
well, this is great because the thing is when you do the stupid synthesis thing to make your characters overpowered. That's when there's points where you're still supposed to have these bosses are too strong that you have to die. Like you die, like during the fight.
I ended up grinding really hard to do that at one point in the game because I didn't know that one boss was unbeatable.
Like they're
Nice.
supposed to be, yeah, they're supposed to be unbeatable. But the thing is that if you're overpowered, where you do like millions of damage or some shit like that to like defeat them, to counteract that, they just make the boss like even more overpowered than you are.
Yep.
No, they would just have one where he just wouldn't die. That was the arena fight with Diaz Flock because I leveled to level 86 by myself in the wilderness in order to fight that fucker.
How
and
did
got
you?
a sword that I was not supposed to get until the second disc through synthesis.
How do you? Oh god damn it! I fucking hate
said-
this area.
I said, I'ma kill this motherfucker. And
You did not
I
kill
mean,
this
it turns
motherfucker.
out you can't kill him. I had him sitting there doing like 4 damage a hit to me. And I just went and had to go make a sandwich.
Worth it.
And also the thing with like about the whole thing is that what happens to characters at the end of this game depends on
Social
How much
Depends on
interact.
shit you did. Social links are important in this game for more than the gold saucer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I-
it's basically, oh, so it's not like, oh, this is the main female protagonist and this is the main male protagonist. They'll end up like together in typical like fashion.
They are the most likely. They are the most likely to, but you can choose whoever you want.
Checkerboard
Yeah, it
wipe 2.
Claude
Now
just
you-
fucks off and just
now
becomes captain of a ship.
You know the best one is that you can find 2 aliens, right? What's your name? Like
Opera Vectra and
Opera Vector and Ernest Evans.
Ernest, nobody gives a fuck because he was literally the worst
Ernest
character.
Evans.
He was Ernest Evans. His name was Ernest, and he used a whip. Now the best part is that if you cannot get an ending with Opera because she's taken, unless you only recruit her. Don't bother to recruit her boyfriend and let him die when the planet explodes.
Yep.
Then fucking get her on the rebound. That's a fucking option.
Mm-hmm. And Opera's a pretty good. Opera versus Ashton is like the hardest decision in my opinion because both are really good characters.
I take Ashton right away because you get him much earlier and he's also more entertaining.
Yeah, Ashton is the funniest character in my opinion.
Also, if you're playing as you have a low amount of melee characters to choose from, especially if you're playing as Claude, because you don't get Diaz if you're playing Claude.
Mhm.
Although Diaz is just light version of Claude anyway.
Oh, fucking! I already figured out his name, but Ashton is one of my favorite characters because by default his luck is 3 and it never goes up, where the average luck for everybody is 120.
Yeah, his never goes up because he's incredibly unlucky. The whole reason he has dragons strapped to his back is because you came in and started cheering for him like an asshole.
Yeah, that's kind of why I enjoy. That was like the draw of Star Ocean to me. It was really funny in kind of a quaint way. And then 3 did whatever the hell 3 did. And then 4 was a god-awful train wreck. And then 5 was just underwhelming to the point
I
where...
don't know much about 3, but all I know is that the fact that the main characters are people that are part of a video game that manages to go into the real world.
Yep.
Yeah, it turns out you're playing an MMO that's actually you playing a video game in real life, but it's an MMO in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really dumb. And then
You
you
don't
fight a
get
boss
that.
with a bunch, and then you fight a boss in the real world with a bunch of rap music in a corporate building.
Oh yeah, I remember that rap song fondly. I used to listen to that when I was in college.
Bunch of
Really?
weirdos.
Mhm.
The kid meets him, is like, hey, come to my house. We could talk about this thing. Then mom calls the cops because your son brought a bunch of weirdos home.
It was like for a year in community college, but that was my that was something I'd listen to when I rode to work or to college.
You have really bad taste in music.
I know all too well. Don't worry.
I can't imagine white ass Hai Wang listening to fucking rap on the way to work.
Soul Dance gonna put you in a trance. God, that,
Fucking rap from a JRPG on the way to work.
it was the worst rap ever. Holy shit, dude.
What's your favorite?
Like, I still remember the lyrics to this day. That's how much I listened to it.
I listened to it when I fought the boss and then promptly never again.
It is also used when you fight the fishmen in like 3 separate instances.
Weird. But no, yeah, a lot of that was bad, but I do remember just beating everything to death with a lead pipe, and then everybody having really stupid names, and that being one of the games where I hated every party member.
See, let's see. In Star Ocean 2, you had Fate, who was just white milk toast, white, just the most average.
3.
Yeah. Thump.
I gotta find my cousin.
Right in front of the door.
This is what I get for trying to remember Star Ocean 2 when I'm doing a puzzle.
3.
Whatever.
3 had Fate
I
like
gotta find my
Blue
cousin.
and
We've been
Milquetoast.
separated because we were attacked by space people. Oh, we've gone to a planet that's lower, that's medieval, so we can't use our technology or something like that. Oh, hey, I found a person looking exactly like my cousin, but actually just not.
I think the only character I really liked in Star Ocean 3 was Adre, and he was a bad character, but he was fun. 'Cause he
I
just
like-
ran around with a no shirt being a grandpa.
I like Cliff and Mirage, honestly.
I don't. They're pretty milquetoast too.
Like they were serviceable.
Yeah, be
Everyone
careful,
else
not
is pretty
we're a
fucking
race
awful.
Of, we're a
Hey,
race
can
of
we
people
please-
who are just really strong.
Can we please talk about the worst boy ever, Albel Knox?
Yeah.
The worst character by far. Mr. Emo McFrosted Tips.
The first ever. He was the proto edgelord.
He was truly the most edge maverick of us all. Albel Knox was terrible. I hated everything about him.
Yeah, and you had to fight him like 3 times.
Then you could get him as a party member, and I was like, no thank you. Bye.
I mean, you could rename him to something equally embarrassing, and then he had no
Well,
relevance.
like Edge Maverick.
The best part is that he had no relevance to the plot soon after. The moment you recruit him, he is just gone from the story forever.
You mean like pretty much everybody in that game?
Yeah. There was, like, Cliff and Mirage are relevant for a while, especially when,
Okay, Cliff is for a while. Mirage is never relevant.
True. Maria is kind of like...
Maria and Fate are the only people in the game that have relevance whatsoever.
Yeah, because they're prototype weapons for fighting the internet.
Yeah. So is Sophia, but she does literally nothing the whole time.
Yeah, Sophia basically does absolutely fucking nothing.
Then everybody else you get who is optional is terrible, and it's especially fucking Albel. Fuck him.
The one I didn't like was the fucking chipmunk dude that you could get.
You know, actually, I had an ending where I didn't recruit everyone because I was supposed to get him and chose not to, and then the ending involved him still being in that cage that I left him in 40 hours ago.
Nice.
And I'm like, I'm okay with this. Why don't you just Gale Crest up there, dude?
Because I'm not thinking? Okay, we're finally fucking done with the Hellscape dungeon. That was pretty much the entirety of the first time we streamed this. I hate this.
Yeah, and Mirage is not just a better cliff. She's a cliff that has less power and more speed.
Yeah.
I never really liked the idea of, okay, it's a video game that people play, but then things happen in the video game that were not supposed to happen.
Dot hack sign?
Yes, but people just go with it because yes, I was stuck in a video game forever, I guess, or the video game becomes alive.
Yeah. Also, this boss is the Demi, which means he can't kill you unless he bops you, which he's not gonna do.
This person came back to life by going to real world, but they'll never die because they were programmed as essential.
What other
if-
JRPGs were there at the time that were really weird and unusual? Like the
Oh, you have to
PS2
think of
era.
ones that are good, but for the PS2, there's one I played very early into PS2 lifecycle called Ephemeral Fantasia.
I remember that. That's the Banjo Swordsman, right?
Yes, it is. I'm surprised someone besides me played that game.
I played that for like a day and then I returned it like, I don't know how the fuck to play this.
That's an accurate assessment of that game.
Good,
Here-
it wasn't
here's-
just me.
It was the game. It makes sense. It's like an RPG revolving around the Groundhog Day loop Majora's Mask, where you end up slowly fighting your way to fight Hawaiian Shirt Sephiroth. You remember him, I'm sure.
Actually, no. The only thing I remember is that your main character was a dude with a banjo that had a sword in it. That's it.
Yeah, there's that. You do the banjo swordsman. Your banjo talks, and is
Yeah.
a very quippy banjo. And the main bad guy is pretty much Sephiroth, but with a Hawaiian shirt on.
I don't remember that.
Sephiroth goes on vacation.
It was exactly that, and he's this bad guy. And at the end of every week of gameplay, you go and he does something that makes somebody important die, and you turn back time 1 week to when you first came to the island. And then you have a sort of RPG Majora's Mask thing going on, where you have to try and make all of your potential party members realize they're in a time loop.
Now let me ask you this. Do you remember a PS2 era RPG known as Unlimited Saga?
I remember it well.
I did not know how to play that game, but that was like probably the worst RPG experience I ever had because it was quite literally just, concept art being shaken to simulate conversations. Then you had to look at a mini-map for dungeon crawling. And then
You know what games were good at really at the beginning, but kind of got more egregious as time went on?
what was that?
Disgaea.
Yeah, kinda.
Disgaea's a little too much anime for me. Now, in the beginning, it was still very anime, but it was fun and had a lot of concepts and had no idea where to draw lines in a way that enjoyed it. But then it just became slowly more anime to the point where they used the funds from Disgaea sales to buy a bunch of anime rights and put them in Disgaea.
Nice.
They used their sales from anime to buy anime to put in their anime.
I personally enjoyed Disgaea 2 the most out of them, just because
Why? The characters were awful in that.
I like the main character just because I'm a fan of that kind of shit. Hot-blooded characters fighting for justice.
A
But
guy
the thing
who
is, he's a stereotype because he's trying. The point is, he doesn't fit with everyone else in the game because he is such a fucking straight
I'm
man. to
a
everyone
human,
else.
and I'm a human, and I fight
Yeah.
for humans. Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the entire point, and I still liked it, but yeah.
No, you know what I liked? Did you ever play Soul Nomad in the Soul Nomad?
That was one I wanted to play, but I never got around to it. That was the one
Now,
with,
that
like-
had the good main character who was the devil who just kept asking you for your body and called everyone
Whoa.
retards.
Not
That
not
guy's name
exactly,
was
not exactly
Sig,
the
right?
Gig.
Gig, thank you.
No, not exactly the main character. The main character was
You can tell me that the main character's first name, but it's Gig. Gig
Yeah,
is the main character of that
Right.
game. Even if I'm not playing as him, he stole the
Extremely-
fucking
yeah.
show so hard.
yeah. It's pretty also until like there's whole like you play the game normally, yes, or you can be completely evil.
You can just be the bad guy.
My jam was Makai Kingdom Chronicles of the Sigurd Tome.
Yes, the badass. freaking
Yes,
overlord.
Zeta. The
Zeta was so
Wasn't it?
try-hard, it was fantastic.
those badass freaking overlord.
Yeah, but no, the Soul Nomad is good. Just begin. You at any point, he just keeps to you. Hey, can you have your body? I'll give you a lot of power. He does that, and you gain 2,000 levels for the next fight, and then it's a game over.
Oh, wow, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
The one part where it doesn't game over is when you fight one of the world eaters because it's like, oh no, it's me.
Yeah.
Don't fight. But then it's like
And
this pisses him
he's
off.
like, wait. He's like, wait. Did that fucker just insult me? You're getting a freebie this time. Enjoy the power. Kick his ass, Seabass. Just get 2,000 levels.
Max or the Gigafy.
This is the other one that really just fucking...
You fight too many. You fight or rob too many civilians. Get attacked by a superhero.
Yep.
This guy is all about just, playing on tropes, and it's great.
No, it's but this
Or
episode
not
on
Disgaea, but
Soul
Nippon,
Nomad.
Nipponichi Software Games is what I'm trying to say.
They're
You
all
fight
about
Asagi- you
being
fight-
aggressively anime.
You fight Asagi, and you get to a recruiter.
Of course you fight
so-
Asagi, because she doesn't have her
But
own
also,
game.
but during her, oh yeah, also when you do the whole fighting Asagi thing after you beat her, that's a game over. That's an ending. Because what Asagi does is because you become a protagonist. The whole wanting to be a protagonist means she blows up the whole planet.
And everyone just goes, "Good job, Asagi. Now we don't have a fucking planet, you nerd." I think they pretty much say, "Now we have to go do a new game. Thanks a lot, Asagi."
Yeah. Asagi is basically the butt of every joke, because it started with Makai Kingdom and then just spiraled down.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Makai Wars, but then it was a joke because it was supposed to be Makai Wars where she was protagonist, but then it became Makai Kingdom, so then it just became a side
Well,
content.
Makai Wars was supposed to be a sequel to Makai Kingdom.
But no, I don't know. It got too aggressively anime after a while for me.
Yeah. Like, there was a point where it reached pandering and it was called Disgaea D2. And I fucked up this because I don't have the Gale
Also-
Crest.
Also, another thing about Soul Nomad I found weird was that the fact that one of the characters that they placed in the game that you can recruit is from freaking I forget the name of the game, but it's a Vanillaware game.
You should know this, Wang.
Oh
Odin Sphere?
no, Grim Grimoire.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that one.
the one no
Oh,
one
my
remembers.
People
Is that-
remember Grim Gomar. The one they don't remember is Princess Crown.
Oh yeah, Princess Crown was the one that almost bankrupted them.
Yeah,
That one I remember because it has a story to it.
as opposed to other Vanillaware games that just have food and titties.
Grim Grimoire was just Groundhog Day for a girl at a magic
damn
school.
it.
Groundhog Day is a good concept for a game that's never implemented very well, except Majora's Mask. They did it pretty nicely.
Yeah, you gotta do it in a way where but seriously, there's that. It's really stupid at one point where it's like, okay, here's one of the big bad guys. How am I supposed to defeat him? Okay, I got him under my. Okay, now I've defeated him, got him under my power. I now have to make him do a thing.
Well,
thing
isn't it
is-
so right? I remember he's talking Shadow Hearts, and he's talking Shadow Hearts 2. But you need to play those, because those are really good. I remember when I first started hanging out in your streams, I said you need to play Shadow Hearts.
Okay, good. Fuck. Okay, yeah. Shadow Hearts, I know you keep mentioning. Yeah. What system is that? Oh, fuck my.
PS1 and or 2, depending on the game, mostly PS2.
My brain is really frazzled, but yeah, that's probably something I have to check out. But now we have we have to do this and then Bug RPG soon after. I'm kind of torn on Yakuza.
The game I was talking about, King, was Ephemeral Fantasia. And yeah, Shadow Hearts does have a character who is a pro wrestling vampire with the stage name the Grand Papillon, who turns into a golden bat and fights with his weapon of choice, a large blunt object he finds on the ground.
Okay,
Like,
you sell.
you don't-
See,
you
this
don't- you
is
can,
how you
but
sell
don't.
someone on a video game. I
You
know
can, but you don't find. You can buy his weapons later on, but to get them the quickest, you find them lying around the world,
See,
including was that a totem pole at a ritual site, a frozen tuna in Russia, and Spanish announcer's table at a wrestling ring.
yeah.
Frozen tuna.
Atla, you gotta fucking give TPR lessons on how to sell people on video games, because saying something like that's how you make people play video games. You tell
I'm
them the
good at
most
convincing
outrageous.
people.
You just tell them the most outrageous thing about the game.
Frozen
When-
tuna. Just like
when-
with Samurai 3.
Wang, my job is to make people give me money. I know how to sell people on things.
That's a good point.
And again, Shadow Hearts. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 words that we should sell anyone on Shadow Hearts 2 at least.
Speaking of.
Bacon Jet.
Wait.
Bacon Jet?
You're giving me
Bacon
shit
Jet.
about Shadow Hearts.
No, he's giving shit about you not being able to sell him games.
Everything about that fucking game is insane. Why would you not want to play it from any?
That's
any
not
aspect?
the point. The
It's
point is.
EPR. Bacon Jet.
What?
Do you not remember the Bacon Jet TPR?
I'm trying to sort of off stuff, but I'm trying to jump on them right here.
Bacon Jet. Those 2 words should be plenty.
Ephemeral Fantasia got a 48 on Metacritic. I'm glad I'm validated and returning that game after a day.
Yeah, no, it's not good. Don't worry. And yeah, Shadow Hearts 1 was very good. I played a lot of Kudelka, but it's not really necessary. Shadow Hearts 1 is really good, and if you want to get the full effect of 2, you want to play through 1. But 2 itself is good. 3 is mostly disconnected from 1 and 2, and is also incredibly silly. In terms of silly characters in 3, instead of having Joaquin, the fucking pro wrestling vampire, you have Italian-American Frank, who is a ninja.
Also, you guys just missed Jeff punching a dude in the face for a counterattack.
No, we didn't.
Ah, okay.
666. Anyway, Frank is a ninja. Now, his weapon of choice is to find random things on the ground, like Joaquin, except he sticks a sword handle on them.
Oh, nice.
His ultimate weapon is Excalibur, the sword in the stone.
But he takes the stone with him.
He takes the stone with him and sticks a sword handle on the other end of the stone.
So it's almost like Arya of Sorrow.
Little bit, but more goofy.
I know Magica
somehow.
did the same thing.
And yes, Bacon Jet is magical. Let me bring up the Bacon Jet. There's a point in the game where first of all, the thing I love about Shadow Hearts myself, the first thing that drew me to it, is that it takes place in our world, right? It takes place in the actual world we live in, circa like 1920s, 1940s
Shit, I don't
era.
remember how I did this.
So it takes place pretty like early in the 1900s or late in the 1800s. And at one point, you find the famous alchemist Roger Bacon, right? Who got the secret to immortality through alchemy, but he's also really old. And one of the things that people were trying to chase him down for was his invention, an airplane that can go 1,000 kilometers on nothing for fuel but a bucket of water, which he referred to as the Bacon Jet.
Hi, Shar. The notification finally came through. Thank you.
Good. And it also is an incredibly uncomfortable ride. Bacon Jet.
Ah, damn it, I don't remember how I did this. Like, I'm pretty sure this was the puzzle I bumbled through the first time I'd played this.
Gale Crest.
No, Gale Crest would have me instantly follow them. You may have a point, actually.
Gale Crest, man. Yeah, no, the Bacon Jet was good. Everything about that game was really good. It was so goofy.
Oh,
Like,
they put
it had a lot of-
contingencies.
It had a lot of charm, I think, is the best part.
Yeah, they put contingencies for Gale Crest Festivor. At the end of it is a pit that you fall into because you can't stop Gale Crest when you activate it.
Well, of course, I would have figured, but I was like, it would be hilarious if that would like you could just skip the whole thing.
Damn
Really?
this good game design.
I mean, I would have done that. Sure, you can do the puzzle, but if you remember,
But if you Bacon Jet,
I like stuff like that. It's like, sure, you can do this complicated puzzle, or if you remember you had a certain thing, you could just skip it.
God fucking. I forgot how awful I am at, actively clicking into things.
but yes, there's a very big story and it's very good, and I like a lot of it. Especially because 2 is just so silly. Like, 1 is a good game that's silly in its own parts, but 2... Let me give you the party lineup for Shadow Hearts 2. You have your main character, Yuri, who is half Russian and half Japanese. And he's also a really good character because he's known for flipping people off all the time, pretty much.
Is that the one? Was it or the Covenant, or was it the Shadow Hearts 2, the one with the character who was one of the special things that he uses the vacuum?
What? Vacuum?
They like a vacuum to do things.
I don't think that's either of the first 2, because I don't remember that. It might be the first one. I know it's not the second one.
Might have been Covenant.
No, Covenant was the one where you had the puppeteer who traded Gase.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was going to
powerful
get to that.
weapons.
Let me get to that. I was going to explain it. I'm good at this. Yeah, no, see, first one, Yuri, the main character, who's known for going to a man with a god complex saying, "Mortal, I'll give you one, I have one request. What is it, mortal? Shove it, you know where." But then your second character is Geppetto from Pinocchio. Except Pinocchio is a little girl doll, because Japan. He gets new dresses and thus new attacks for this little girl doll by trading baseball cards full of sweaty, flexing men to some very, very gay puppeteers. Your third party member is the White Wolf, Blanca, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to something, but I don't know what.
I don't fucking remember how to do... Wait.
Which is good, because Blanca's a good character. You actually get into fights with other dogs to learn techniques, and you have this little punch card system that you put paw prints on. The fourth character is Joachim. I told you about him. He's a wrestling vampire. There's not much to say there. Your fifth character is Princess Anastasia, the Star of Russia. I think she fights with an egg or some shit. I forget what it is. Those Fabergé eggs. She fights with a Fabergé egg.
A grenade.
Fabergé egg grenade. And the sixth character is a weeaboo.
I don't
remember his name because he's not interesting.
Man, I don't remember how to do this at all.
At least one of your characters in one was Oliver Twist at the end of the game. Instead, we're getting some Japanese kid I don't know about. It's your half brother or some shit.
Okay, I think I have it now. I remember this bullshit. That looks like it. Yep. So is Shadow Hearts supposed to be like a bunch of old tales, but in a JRPG? Because it certainly sounds like it.
Kind of. It follows the same way that I do, that I like things, in that it's an urban fantasy where there's magic and stuff in the real world, but it's kind of kept behind a masquerade and partition. And a lot of myths are kind of true, but not exactly.
Oh, I see.
Like, it's one of my favorite ways of writing fiction, where you make a lot of fables things that are grounded in some amount of reality, but never quite exactly right.
Thinking about the West, I think about wanting to play Samurai Western.
Yeah, you've been bringing that up a lot, and I think it's a good idea. Whoops. I forgot that I forgot I rebound buttons.
You play as a Japanese guy going to the West to chase after his brother and bring his brother back. Enamored by the West.
Wow, man. Burgers are awesome.
You fight your brother, he uses guns on you when you kill, but in like in one of the modes, you fight a special version of him where he has a katana. But the thing is, your character doesn't really speak English or anything like that. And the most like he just speaks so people just know him, I guess.
So they just call him Jack. I see.
His name is Kojiro, but I think a lot of people call him Samurai.
I love how in both versions of this stream, this segment is the most podcastiest segment of the final part of the game.
No, his name is Samurai. No, because the thing is, goes like the most like people understand.
Samurai.
No, it's I'm Samurai. But basically, everybody just mishears it here. Says Samurai. You must be that Samurai feller.
I directed Spider-Man. My name is Sam Raimi. Yes, I got you.
Like this one, there's a thing where there's this kid who wants to be like you, like go save people, like be like Samurai.
That sounds just like they're saying samurai in a really southern way.
Yeah, Samurai Jack's getting brought back, isn't it? Like
March 11th.
Maybe?
And it's supposed to have blood this time.
Yeah, wasn't brought it up, and I'm actually mildly interested because Samurai Jack was pretty good looking back on it.
It's well now it's like it's kind of more serious now, but also like it's on the 11th of March.
Ah.
On Adult Swim.
Yeah, they're putting on Adult Swim, which is kind of a shock.
Because now they're going. Because before they had to do the whole like, how do we have blood and gore in this without
robots,
being like robots and whatnot? Because
how about if they all leak oil? Man, that's a good idea.
The one human character in that game that Jack fights is the most insufferable man on the planet.
He fights more than one human.
Does he?
Yeah, he fights the Scotsman. He also fights Samurai, the jive-talking black samurai.
I did not see that. I remember the Scotsman. I don't remember Samurai.
That is actually probably the most racist episode you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I remember. I remember who you're talking about.
Wait, is it the is it Samurai or the Scotsman?
No, Samurai.
No, Samurai.
Yeah,
he's got windshield wiper blade, sunglasses, hammer pants, and an afro with a hair pick in it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like MC Hammer Wesley Snipes, but trying to be a samurai.
The samurai is loud and obnoxious. Is he worse than the Scotsman? Because the Scotsman was pretty bad.
What you got against Scottish people?
No. The character of the Scotsman in Samurai Jack. That shit.
He's Scottish. What do you got against Scottish people, Wayne?
A Scottish man with a enchanted sword and
magic runes, laddie.
Yeah, that's all of them.
And a machine gun peg leg.
Like, no, the Scotsman was a good character. I'm not saying he's a bad character, but he was obnoxious.
I think that's why that's what his character is meant to be.
Exactly. That's why it's so great.
When Jack first met him, he just like started insulting Jack.
Yeah, just non-stop machine gun insults.
Yeah, but that's how I act, and I think that's just normal.
Let's see. Jeff needs
Yeah,
healing.
but
Clive needs
new
healing.
Samurai Jack premises. 50 years has passed. Samurai Jack doesn't age, and it's like, well, like it's kind of like, well, not like he's lost his will to go back to the past.
I believe that's everyone.
And it
Oh
seems,
wow, that sounds like a really grim, dark Samurai Jack that I don't want. I hope
that's,
I'm
what,
wrong.
that's what I'm saying, but I think it also looks like he may have made like what I've seen looks like he doesn't have his sword, so something happened. He's also being chased down by highly trained assassins who actually do kick his ass.
Oh boy, it's time for the 7th Guardian, the Guardian of Unluck.
Ah, the goodest boy.
Yes, this is the one we've been waiting for the past hour and a half.
I remember there's one episode of Samurai Jack where Samurai Jack finds that basically a graveyard, like basically a bunch of corpses all over the place. And past the corpses.
Now
just
here's
up
why
the
he's
word.
the best boy. Here comes the summon. It is exactly what you think it is.
Just a dude in a suit standing in front of it.
He's so tiny. Yeah, sadly you can't block that attack, but it's apparently stronger the more guardians you leave behind.
I'm told as much. Yes, it is a lot stronger the more Guardians leave behind. But the big thing is the fight after him.
Yeah, the fight after him is basically the same thing, right down to the Lux summon.
Him, but bigger.
Kinda, actually.
What if Samurai Jack realized that in the future there are guns?
Yeah, but he can't kill Aku with guns. He has to use a sword.
Yeah,
Why not?
he has to use the sword because the sword is magic and made to slay Aku.
Made of righteousness. You can't have like. There's not a gun that was forged by spirits called like the gun of righteousness, the fire bullets of righteousness.
That'd
Why
be pretty
not?
fucking rad, though.
Why can't we get the silversmith to make the bullet of righteousness? The bullet that can kill the past.
Bullet that can kill Aku.
He's
I like
from the
also
past.
like the show where Jack had multiple opportunities to kill Aku, but then something comes along to fuck things up. Like for instance, I'm about to kill Aku, but then he gets blackjacked by a tiny alcapone.
Yeah. Like, there's always some circumstance where Jack just can't get revenge, and it's so dumb.
He can't
Well-
fly. He just jumps good.
I'm about to kill him. Oh no, Jack didn't get himself killed. So whack. He's like, you motherfuckers.
Let's go ahead and Mystic a Potion Berry. Why the fuck not? Like, he's done 800 damage to everyone. I kind of want to get that shit back.
I also like the thing I like about the show. Like Aku's supposed to be this big bad guy, but then there's parts where you see him getting owned by normal things.
Yeah, it's that era of shows where the main character is supposed to be some mastermind supervillain, but he's also wholly incompetent.
Oh no, he's like, I can't be killed. I gotta fight against the spirits so we can get this water jewel. Get his ass kicked by the
Hello,
spirits.
Legend. Welcome to Unlucky Shot. Like, I don't know if you were timing this or not, but you timed it perfectly where you just missed a hour and a half of us doing the Nightmare Dungeon and fighting the same boss 7 times. But now we're gonna fight Tiamat! God of Dragons!
We're done with the part where we don't pay attention.
Now, the big gimmick about Tiamat is that if you didn't kill any of the Guardians, his only attack is every Guardian attack of the ones you left behind. That being said, now that he's just Unlucky Shot, he's still, like, really fucking bad. I think I may need to Extension Hyper again. And we need to Fragile this guy. But aside from that, he's nothing. You did not miss the horrible 100 floor Abyss dungeon. I haven't done that because I spent the last 2 weeks sulking over the fact that this piece of this fucking
Spent
ending.
the last 2 weeks playing Hollow Knight every fucking day.
No, that was 3 days. But like, Twitch ate the ending stream that I was gonna get ready. And that when that happened, I was just, you know, very sad and didn't want to do anything. That's why we're doing this again. And after this is done, and I actually make sure I have a set recording of this, I will prepare for the 100 floor dungeon, where we fight Ragu Ragula. But yeah, this is a really weird looking Tiamat. It's not the Tiamat I recognize in either dimension.
Ragu Ragula.
Well, that's not his...
The Dracula, that's a source of pasta sauce.
His name's
We
not
have
Ra-
made the jokes.
What is his real name? I keep calling him Ragu Ragula, but I know that's not the
That
name.
is correct. It's Raguo Ragula.
Okay. And yes, he is notorious for being 3 games of a pasta sauce boss. Reload, shoot He-Man Clive.
See, you make that joke, but realize that he will turn you into chunky salsa.
Yeah.
That the Ragu was human all along.
Mm-hmm.
Soylent Red.
Soylent Red is people. That's their marketing scheme, dude. It's still the dumbest fucking animation ever.
The goodest boy. I'm here and I'm tiny and I'm gonna hit you.
Thanks, Steam, with your recommendations. Let's see what featured and recommended.
They're gonna recommend Cyrillum because Oozworm played a bunch of it.
No, because no, it's just like, cause you played a game tagged with cute. Hey, we don't play Nico Parra now. Get out here. No, because there's a bunch of games that kept popping up that is mostly like zombie games and stuff that don't.
They've been recommending me a lot of shitty Metroidvanias.
Like,
Let's
which
see what they recommend me. I haven't looked in ever.
the things like Code and Cure or Contagion and all those like little stupid zombie games because I played a game with tagged with survival. That I have to click onto it and click not interested so it doesn't.
I don't remember anything about the final boss of this game. Oh, you are in for a treat because when I first saw it, I was really confused but also really excited. Yeah, the final boss does take a while because it's as long as this dungeon.
The boss is as long as the dungeon. My God.
Yeah.
What's recommend? You're right. Fucking Cyrillum is on my recommend. It's recommended by fucking Oozworm. That's why it's there. Fuck you, Oozworm.
I knew it!
Well, it was a good thing that me and Oozworm are not friends. Who boy? Oh, I see noise.
Yeah, I keep seeing that. I'm like, why the fuck is that there? Recommended by Oozworm. Oh. I may need to pop another heal berry because I did not realize how low we are.
What else is on my list? Whatever zombie party is, it looks like shitty graphics.
Zombie Party, isn't that like the fucking RPG Maker thing?
I don't know.
There's a bunch of times where I see like, oh, this game looks like this game has a good splash screen, like splash art. I wonder what it is. RPG Maker game. Oh,
I remember one time I saw an
Aw.
RPG Maker game that used fucking concept art from Devil May Cry 3. It was a piece of art of Virgil doing one of his trademark slashes, and I was like, that shit's fucking Devil May Cry 3. What the fuck? It's so obvious. I can't remember the name of the game, but you'll see it and you're like, that's a fucking Devil May Cry character.
recommended because you played games tagged with indie, Shadowrun Hong Kong.
Shadowrun Hong Kong was pretty good. I like all the
Is it
characters
indie?
in that game
But
except
is it
for
indie?
it is technically indie. But then again, fucking there's a $50 game on Steam from a very known brand, and that's still labeled as indie, which is fucking dumb.
Can't believe Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is indie.
So, did you have a sacrifice of Guardians of Progress? Well, kinda. I had to kill the nightmares that were like inverse matrices of the Guardians.
Nightmare Jeff.
Jeff is not a Guardian, so we don't have to fight Nightmare Jeff. And now that we've killed,
Inverses of you.
And
Alright,
after-
I'm back. What I miss?
you missed us yelling at you for getting Cyrillum on our recommendations list.
You
Nice.
fucker.
What's the opposite of the state of Virginia?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what $50 game is on Steam right now, and it's still labeled as indie, even though it's like a big name brand.
Deus Ex.
No. I may have to reapply everything.
Unless you a $50 game. Well, I know. Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm significantly weaker than the last time I did this. Did we? We had to have done something before this that, like, jacked up our power. Because we were doing, like, 9,000 and 10,000 damage before this. Is it Alone in the Dark Illumination? No, it was, like, released within either Monday or Tuesday. Did you complete the arena fights? No, sadly. We only did the one that was mandatory. Charlotte, you should know I don't know jokes. Oh my god, how is Tiamat not dead yet? This'll do it. There we go. Bye, Tiamat. You were funny for a while, but then you just had way too much HP. I think last time we did that fight, Jeff died.
Good fucking.
Yeah, honestly. Take a look at my personal skills on Clive. Let's see. Oh, no wonder he's not doing any damage. Fucking ATT Plus is not maxed. Let's change that. I need 8 from somewhere, but I don't know where I got it last time. I get 6 from that, and I guess I get 2 from Force Charge, so... Did I get rid of Defense Null last time we did this, Atla? Because I remember I had Critical Hit and I had Attack Plus, but I don't remember having Def Null.
Hell if I remember.
And yeah, last time we did this, I broke Kung Fu. It's just permanently on a... No, it's on a Guardian Force, so I could just swap that around, can't I? I think I got rid of Defense Null because I needed a couple of utility things. I know I needed max this. I believe Force Charge was another one. That's about the only thing I need because I want Clive to just be a howitzer of pain.
You really like the word howitzer.
Yes, I go in phases. Anyways, final boss time. We've been going for an hour and 30 minutes, so let's all take a 5-minute break, get a drink, and start back with this. I'm gonna split the recording here.